My always advice to beginners or who want to speak the English and who want to learn English language, then first they should understand what is the English. Then they came to know English is the only one concept language, and language means you have to provide our data, our thought, our intention to other. It's enough. But nowadays, if you see the global language is English, and all work is happening in English, then if you want to survive, then you have to must learn English communication and English language. Because if you talk about the data, then mostly data available in English. If you talk about the legal proceeding, all legal proceeding mostly having in the English. And if you talk about the out outside the client, like if you are working in a MNC company and you have various types of clients, and nowadays the work based on out of the country, then English is mandatory part, English is compulsory part for people who want to survive as a professional, maybe legal or anyone. But English language is nowadays the one kind of tool, you can use it and improve our progress. And this is my observation, and it's true also.
Okay, so well, sir, very good afternoon. My name is Shiv, and I born and raised in India. Basically, I'm from Uttarakhand, and by profession, I'm a central government employee. As far as my academic qualification concerned, I'm done with my master in English, master in commerce, and this year I'm pursuing my master in economics. This is my final year. In addition to this, I do teach English to beginners and intermediate speakers through different online applications as an unofficial English trainer. And I run my own YouTube channel by the name of English with Teacher Shiv, where I'm uploading spoken English content. At the same time, some conversational videos like this we are having right now. So that's all from my side.
Good to know you. Thank you. Fantastic. You are doing great job.
Thank
And if you
you.
talk about myself, then professionally I'm an advocate. I'm practicing in Mumbai courts, and as well as I started one YouTube channels. I think it's going on 1 month, and because I heard somewhere the English communication is making misconception to beginner who want to learn, and I thought let's spread some awareness to beginner. They really want to learn, then how can they learn, what is the process, and we have to take a feedback different kinds of people they can provide. And if beginner listen that conversation, then we'll get awareness and kill the fear of the misconception, and they know what is the English communication and how can learn it. This is my intention of the starting YouTube channel.
Wow, I'm totally flabbergasted and mesmerized the way you have taken a single step ahead in order to educate people the problem they have been struggling in terms of spoken English. Being an advocate, you do have so many things on your plate, but still, you're trying to find a very precious time from your side in order to assist all those aspirants who have been struggling a lot in English in a different aspect of this language. That's literally commendable and I must say admirable. Thanks for that.
Okay, great. My always advice to beginners or who want to speak the English and who want to learn English language, then first they should understand what is the English. Then they came to know English is the only one concept language, and language means you have to provide our data, our thought, our intention to other. It's enough. But nowadays, if you see the global language is English, and all work is happening in English, then if you want to survive, then you have to must learn English communication and English language. Because if you talk about the data, then mostly data available in English. If you talk about the legal proceeding, all legal proceeding mostly having in the English. And if you talk about the out outside the client, like if you are working in a MNC company and you have various types of clients, and nowadays the work based on out of the country. Then English is mandatory part, English is compulsory part for people who want to survive as a professional, maybe legal or anyone. But English language is nowadays the one kind of tool. You can use it and improve our progress. And this is my observation. And it's true also. Here I want to express my opinion and thought if people want to learn. First, try to understand, write down your vision. What is your vision? Why you want to learn English communication? Until you unable to make your vision, then you can't be a consistent. And consistency is the part of the learning. Because our minds are always making trap. Why you are doing that? It's so tough, it's so hard, we can't do, you are aging, it's not a cup of tea. These types of mind trap creating our thoughts. Until you understand the thoughts, how can overcome and how can defeat the thoughts. This is a main crucial part beginner who want to begin the English journey. And second thing, you have to start, then you have to take a simple step. Try to speak, make a journal and understand. Until you are not collect the content and data, you can't provide another person. Then first you have to listen, read. First crucial part is reading, listening, writing. Fourth part is speaking. And speaking is very crucial part, because if you want to flow, if you want to speak, if you want to kill the fear and anxiety, then you have to take a step, get together with the people, go on the stage and speak. It's different matter. You are making mistake, if you are fail, don't bother about that. Every person doing same like that who are very fluent, they also went from this way. Without fail, without mistake, no any can able to learn anything, not only English communication. Then second part is that always creates consistency and mindset. Gradually you feel improvement due to our consistency. And one day you will realize now where I am doing mistake and how can correct it. The beginner always think about the grammar part. Grammar can learn the mediocre of the journey, because the beginner, they first think the grammar. They start the making sentence with the grammar. If you are talking about the formal communication, then grammar is not mandatory part. Then first you have to get confidence. After that you think the perfections. And this is my understanding about the English communication.
Yeah, true. I can see eye to eye your statement, whatever you have stated just now, pertaining to spoken English. And English has become as crucial as part of our life as indispensable water for fish. We can't even separate it from our day-to-day life. It is a very imperative part of human routine, and nowadays English has become the prominent and eminent requirement of human survival. Wherever you go, you will find English is there. Though we are from India, our native language is Hindi, but still, if you see, a bunch of work is happening in English only. No matter whether you go in bank, post office, any government organization, or private sector, public sector, MNCs, everywhere, English is the top priority. And that's why we made our mind in order to master this language, in order to get proficiency in this language. Not only us, but also many of others people, they are trying to get good command and hold on this language, and they have been struggling a lot. So what I believe on, before embarking yourself into this language, you need to ask one question to yourself, and that is why. If your why is clear, you can fly. Simply This understanding should be clear what exactly you want to do with English. Why are you learning? Accordingly, you have to make a study plan. You have to prepare a schedule for yourself. You have to set a time foundation as well that this is the time when I will do this practice and this is the time when I'll do this practice. If one is disciplined and consistent towards this practice, can easily get mastered in this language. The second thing is that we are running like a rat race. We don't even know what exactly we have to learn. This simply means we haven't evaluated ourselves yet. Until unless we are not aware of our flaws and our strength, how can we work upon it? Okay, I'm good in my vocabularies, but I'm not good in my grammar. Now, what is my duty? Should I keep working on my vocabs? No, that's not going to improve me. In fact, if I'm lacking with my grammar part, I need to work upon my grammar. And that this is how I can add some value in my overall speaking part. Third thing, we need to set a goal for ourselves. We need to set a target, short term as well as long term. Within 1 year, I'm going to master this language anyhow at any cost. Could be a long-term goal. At the same time, in order to achieve this long-term goal within 1 year, what exactly short-term goals you have in your mind, that's literally impact your spoken English. What will you do every single day? That is going to help you out. You need to calculate it. Fourth one is, I have seen people have lots of thoughts when it comes to answering a question in English, when it comes to explanation of topic in English, when it comes to you have to represent yourself in front of crowd or in front of public. But the problem is, how can I express my thoughts in English? Because I don't even have that much ample and adequate vocabularies which I need to bring in my spoken part to explain everything. Sometimes I don't even know from where I should start, as I'm not good in my sentence formation. And these are some basic problems one learner has been facing since he has started his own journey of learning this language. So my duty is try to learn vocabulary every single day, at least 1 or 2 along with the synonym, and use in sentences on our day-to-day spoken English. Because the more we have terminologies in our mind, the better we can manifest and demonstrate our idea in such a magnificent and splendid way. The next one is practice. We have been searching for some magic. We have been searching for some short trick. We have been looking for some motivational speaker. We have been seeking for some precious advices. Nothing is going to work until unless you would not practice. Everything is nothing but more than a garbage. The one who indulges himself into a focused practice, he is the one who can ensure his progress. And someone rightly said, practice makes a man perfect. The next one is, I have seen people are literally following the rule of grammar when they start learning this language. As you said clearly, we shouldn't focus on grammar in our initial stage. Rather, we need to develop a confidence or inspiration, a motivation from our inside that yes, I can speak. No matter how many mistakes I'm committing, at least I should be reach on that level where I feel so comfortable in order to speak in English with anyone around the world, without any hesitation, without any shyness. Once I would reach on this level, then after I can go for my accuracy with simply miss grammar. But we shouldn't create a trap of grammar in our initial stage. The next one is, we should not afraid of making mistakes. This is a very big misconception we have in our mind, especially being a non-native speaker of English. We are expecting the same level of specialization, at the same time expertise as native speaker of English have in this language? See, we are native of Hindi, but our regional language is very person to person, the state we have, right? We shouldn't make a comparison between our native language with the native of English. And somehow we are making any mistake during our learning journey, we shouldn't feel ashamed and bad about it. The next one is English speaking environment. I hope, how did you remember your mother tongue, your regional language? You have observed your parents, how they were speaking. Then after observation, you started imitating to them. Unconsciously, you had that surrounding of your native or regional language around you, and that is how you have learned it. Same goes with English. The more you will detach yourself with your native language and try to immerse yourself with this language, English, you are going to fall in love with this language. You would consider this language as your first language. You would find this language is going to adopt you as a friend. And you'd able to get the real exposure of this language. That's how can you deal with it. Now, last but not least, LRWS. Though it's a very short terminology, but having so many stuff inside it. L is listening. Listening, I'm not saying as I'm listening right now, no. Listening must be active listening. The stuff which you are listening, you are processing, and you are storing. So whenever it's required to you, you can easily bring it and you can use it. That kind of listening I'm talking about. Listening to podcasts, audiobooks, native speakers, English teachers will allow you to get the real exposure of this language. It works as an input in your brain. Reading again works as an input. When you read, you're storing information. You're accumulating so many stuff. At the same time, when you read aloud, you are giving a training to your mouth muscle to pronounce some of certain words which you are not aware of. You can improve your pronunciation. You can improve your vocabularies because there are so many vocabularies that you are not acquainted with before. You can improve your sentence formation, grammar as well, because the stuff which has been written there in the book is accurate, perfect, no grammar mistakes. Now, writing will improve your accuracy when you speak English, because the same thing you do when you speak English. You think, you speak. In writing, you think and then you write. In this way, you can improve your thinking English power. And last, speaking, which we are doing right now. Speaking can be learned by speaking only. There is no shortcut at all. So, in a nutshell, English is just a language, not rocket science. We have to enjoy the process of learning. We should not take it as a burden for us. We need to adopt this language in an organic way, in a natural way, so that we can speak English in a smooth way as we can speak in our native language. Avoiding procrastination and implementing those ideas which we have been taking from some of mentors, trainers, and teachers will definitely gonna work a lot in terms of learning this language. So, your strong determination, your enthusiasm, passion for learning this language, a burning desire will always push you to become the best version of yourself in terms of English. This is how I can say about this language.
Really very great information to beginner. If they listen this video, watch this video, they can understand what is the process of the English communication. English communication not big task, anyone can learn, but the most crucial part is the follow the process. Until you are not follow the process, you can't understand. And one more thing, now in India, before taking the step, they think about the result. This is a very negative emotion of the mind. Until you are not work, then how will found the result? Then second thing is that what you mentioned, that burning desire is the very most and vital role in our journey. It's not matter only communication, you can apply everywhere. Then really, and as you sir, you are teaching as an English speaker, and you found the different kinds of people and different backgrounds about people, then what you feel that how much English is important and how they are suffer, why they are suffering?
Well, every single learner has its own different story. Some of them are not good in pronunciation. Some of them, they don't even have confidence to speak English. Some of them have complained that they don't have environment where they can practice with someone. Some of them have some issues with their grammar. Most of them are complaining that they can't get the exact word when they speak in English. So every single learner has its own separate story. But holistically, all together, if I would make a collaboration of those struggles they have been suffering from, I would say only three things. Number one, if you have need, you can get the seed. Necessity is the mother of all invention. Why I have learned this language? I do have a very powerful and strong reason behind it. Actually, I was being humiliated by people for my terrible and terrifying spoken English, because I was totally naive and tyro in terms of spoken English in my initial stage. And that day I decided anyhow, at any cost, I would learn this language. I did practice for 14 to 16 hours. Now, I'm not sure how many hours they people are doing practice. All right? Nothing is a piece of cake. If you want to gain something, you have to suffer the pain as well. No one is going to do push-up from your behalf in order to develop the muscles which are looking forward in your body. Isn't it? So there are so many struggles. Now, second thing is, we have been procrastinating the things. I'm telling you honestly, sir, every single person is aware of pros and cons, do and don'ts, right and wrongs when it comes to learning this language. But I think you better know, because you have been talking to many learners, how much honest and loyal they are towards their practice. They have been procrastinating the things. They have been just avoiding that determination, that laborious and adversities they have to face. They are not even ready to do their homework. Honestly, when it comes to when they will talk to you and they will practice with you, it's kind of class. They are really good in their classwork. But if you suggest them, brother, you are lacking with this problem, I think you should work on this. At present, when he is talking to you, he can't do that practice, right? When he will do the practice, once the call will disconnect it and he will reach to the home, then he will do the practice, right? But he's not doing. So how he can improve, right? Now, last but not least, we are running like a rat race. I can see that, wow, Dheeraj sir is speaking so fluently. What such a wonderful and professional and impeccable and eloquent speaker he is. I'm appreciating you. And I am literally influenced and wondered the fluency you have. But what about the hard work which you have done in order to reach on this level? Can I see that? I can't. But I need to understand this fact. He also has done a lot of hard work in order to reach on this position where he's right now. But I'm not ready to do this hard work. As I'm a very lazy person, I'm expecting result without putting any extra effort. And sorry, it's something that I'm expecting to kill a person having a gun in my hand without having bullets. Isn't it? So that's all I would say.
Right, sir. You're absolutely right. What you told that. Now, if you observe that many listeners, they only watch only 1 or 2 minutes video. They never end the video. then how can you will understood what is the motive of the conversation, how will get the idea, how can learn the English communication. They spend time, they waste time 40 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour for scrolling the 30 minutes, 20 minutes, sorry, 30 second, 20 seconds, you can say
YouTube reels.
reels, but they are not providing the time. This is also one kind of mindset. They think that we have to learn very quick without any effort. It will not possible, because you mentioned that every valuable task feel vulnerable, dull, and painful. Until you are not ready to pain your muscles, how can gain your muscles? Until you are not ready to pain your mind, then how can you learn? How can you learn the skill? How can learn the any language? And always ready. This is a pain, is the stuff toward your result, and always ready to follow the process, and you will understand what is the process and how can reach our goal, how can accomplish our goal.
True, sir. I would say we are not even ready to challenge ourselves.
Right.
We have a phobia, we have a different phobia, but the biggest phobia we are not even ready to challenge ourselves. We hesitate from ourselves as well. We are not even ready to talk to ourselves as well. How can we talk with others? And especially the language which we are not aware of. This is our not even first, second, it might be third language which we are trying to master on, and still we are being afraid of this language. I would say, uh, I think you will not take in a wrong way, but honestly, I want to say that we need to become shameless. Shameless, completely shameless. No matter what I'm speaking, with whom I'm speaking, who are the people around me, what they are thinking about me, what they will tell me, how they are going to laugh at me, what kind of criticism I will get after my speaking. I should not think about all this stuff.
Right.
I need to become shameless.
Right. If you want to
Honestly.
learn, if you want to learn, then be a child. Be a child, then you can learn.
Exactly. Because a child also learn in the same way. He couldn't scroll, he couldn't crawl when in its still initial stage, right? But he has to crawl. There's no choice at all. So he has started crawling. After crawling, he's not even satisfied with that. When he see the other babies are just walking, he also wants to walk. Then he start practicing for walking. During that practice time, he fall down, but he is not even ready to give up. He again wake up and then start walking. And once he would learn walking, then he see that other babies are running. He's
Right.
not even satisfied with his walking. He start running as well. He practice. He fall down. Again he just stand up, and then again he start moving. He start running. This
And
is
before
how we
before wrap
have to
up the
learn.
session, before wrap up the session, I have lot questions, sir, to you. Many were
Yeah.
bother about the tone of the fluency. They are copying the native speaker. It's a mandatory part to pronunciation like a native speaker, or we can beginner start like our regional language, how we are speaking.
Well, sir, I would say there are two things. Number one, accent, like American, British, Australian, Canadian, Cockney, Scottish, and there are so many. Okay. Number two, pronunciation, which is universal, right? What is pronunciation? The way you pronounce one single word with the help of syllabic rule, and it is accepted by everyone. It is universal. Anyone can understand it. That is called pronunciation. The way you pronounce the whole sentence, it is called it is called accent. The way you pronounce the whole sentence in your own way, in your own style, and pronunciation is worldwide accepted, universal. But accent has some limitations. Accent could be understood by only those people who are acquainted with that accent. For example, if I would start speaking in American accent, the one who is from America, from United States, and maybe the one who is aware of this accent can only understand me. But at the same time, the one who is not aware of American accent is not able to understand me, right? Accent and pronunciation goes hands together. Every single accent has its own pronunciation. For example, I would say water. In India, we say water simply. In America or in American pronunciation, we would say water. In British, we say water, right? So no matter which accent do you follow, the only thing which matters a lot, it's your understanding. So always try to neutralize your accent, which means your mother tongue influence, MTI, should not be there in your spoken English. At the same time, improvise your pronunciation. This simply means you need to develop clarity in your pronunciation so that anyone can understand you in the same way as you want to make them understand. Then accent doesn't matter. That's all I would say.
Great, sir. Great interaction with you, and really there is very informative video. If people will watch, they want to learn English communication, they will feel benefited, and they can improve, follow this process, and understand what is the myth of the English communication.
Yeah. Okay, so thanks for connecting with me. I'm literally grateful to you as you have given your precious time to me. And some other day we are going to talk about some other aspect of English because it's a very vast subject itself. So till that time, bye-bye, take care, and keep enlightening us with your vast knowledge and concept. See you around.